Hello, and welcome to Casting Roles, a persistent D&D campaign played by a bunch of theater nerds. Thank you for joining us. If you're enjoying the show, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. And if you would like to reach out to us on social media, you can find us on Twitter at Casting Roles and on Facebook at Casting Roles ILM. And there's a one-stop place where you can get all of our information at castrolls.com. We stream here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and videos are uploaded on Friday in the afternoon of the same week. But with no other announcements, let's go ahead and start the show. So, ticket takers. After a travel through the Feywild, returning a lost Kelpie to its home, doing battle with a crazy plant creature, and then escaping from the wild hunt, you managed to find your way back to the Deepwood on Mars Order's side of things. Making your way to the Order Hall, you were greeted by some people from Mars Past, including Yara, her... not really like rival because you far surpassed her. So, and Prentice, her trainer, and none of you met Callian, which is who she was busy planning and working, so you didn't get to interact with her. But while you were there, most of the group crashed after their marathon 20-hour day. But Mar, after a meeting with Callian, discussing some of the issues and problems that you were faced and trying to put together some of the puzzle pieces, you were invited to a ceremony later that evening. And as the moon kind of presided over the Romulus Keep, you were greeted by several rangers, Callian and your trainer, and they inducted you as a full member of the Order to the rank of Ranger. You could have said no, perhaps.
Yeah, that would have gone really well.
Yeah.
I think.
But the newly christened 6th Ranger, Mar, not to be confused with the Green Ranger, woke the next morning and went down to the hall for breakfast, and were given a few horses by the Order, and you all made your way to Broadfield, where things had not gone poorly. There had been no attacks, but there was a mysterious cloud drifting over the city. Making a quick escape after finding Darkon Cerulean seemingly suffering from a chronic illness of some kind brought about by Sora's use of alcohol. You left on the airship and started to fly towards Hightower. Over the course of the flight, you found that the cloud was getting closer until finally, from it, several people in magically powered jetpacks and dropped engineers on the crystals of the airship that you're flying on, who were trying to disable it. Quickly dispatching the first round, another group dropped in, and then when thinking that perhaps you had kind of narrowed things down and that you were just cleaning up the mess, the other airship sent down a very large mech-like creature, circular in shape, and then slowly kind of unopening and unraveling on the deck of the ship, very similar to the way that Abel's animal-like contraptions unroll to fire their attacks, and this mech was then there on the ship. So let me switch over to the battle map really quick. Cool. All right, so up at the top of the initiative order, so dropping down, Alora kind of sees this creature there, and she immediately sends her spiritual weapon, which was over here. She's going to send it 5, 10, 15 into that space, and she's going to make an attack against the creature. Let me just double check something really quick.
Kill him.
All right, cool. So she swings with her thing, and that's going to miss. So you guys watch as this flaming sword kind of floats across the airship, and it swings down, and the hard outer shell of the creature, as it's kind of opening up, just kind of hits the sword and shunts it to the side and does no damage. And then she's going to reach out and cast a guiding bolt in its direction. That will hit, though. That was a 23. Okay, so it takes 8 points of damage. and you see it wreathed in this glowing, shimmering red light. And the next attack against it has advantage. So, Saurus, this creature's just dropped down in front of you and is opening up. What would you like to do?
For bonus action, I would like to activate the Gauntlet of Storm.
All right, go. Okay, so you now have your gauntlet activated.
And my first attack, I am going to attack with the intent of Stunning Strike.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
With advantage.
Yeah, and you don't have to waste the key point until you know it's hit, but that's fine. Yeah.
That's incredibly bad. So that would be a 16.
A 16 does not hit. However, it's like you make contact with it, and you feel like this very intense structure that this is made of. But the moment your lightning glove hits it, you see the lightning kind of arc outward and along the whole creature, and you see it kind of shudder for a second, and then it continues its opening process.
Well, I will hit it again.
All right, go ahead.
Nat 20.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your attack or your damage.
Okay, so that is die 6 now. Plus 1 die 6 lightning for the glove. So that is going to be a total of, and the glove gets double damage, so that would be
Yes.
4d6.
Nice.
For a total of 14.
14. Nice. Let me do some math really quick. Okay. So you slam into it.
And it's a stunning strike.
And it's going to be a stunning strike. And so, again, when you hit it, you see the lightning kind of arc through, and it, like, hits into these joint areas and kind of makes it shudder for a second. And then it goes there. So is it a Dex saving throw or a con save?
Constitution.
Constitution. It does have relatively high con, but it rolled an 8. So that is a...
And DC save was 12 on me, so...
So 8 plus 4, it did roll a 12, so it resists the stun. All right, but
well darn.
Nice turn. Anything else you want to do there, Saurus?
No, I'll stay here to give more flanking.
Okay, cool. All right, so that takes us to Kaimana. So this creature's crashed down next to you, and there's still the engineer over here, and then a couple of those flying guys are still around as well.
I cast Intimidation.
Okay. So you now have your shillelagh active.
And I bop him.
Okay, so and you are in the flanking position with Saurus right now, so you get the advantage on the attack.
If you guys were rogues, this would be killer damage. I feel like I'm in my chair.
15.
15 does not hit.
Hang on, with advantage. Hang on.
Yes, with advantage. Go ahead and roll again.
18.
18. That just hits. So go ahead and roll your attack.
Just
6.
6 points of damage. Nice. So you connect with your magically empowered staff, cracks across it, and you kind of dent one of the outer panels a little bit of its shell. Nice. Do you want to move at all to open the space up for Mar to join the flanking, or do you want to stay where you are?
I make room for Mar, but I stay in contact with you.
Okay, cool. So I'll move you. You want to move like 5 or 10 this way?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So you're there. And good. All right. So that takes us to the flyers and the engineer. Anybody watching is going to see the engineer working over the orb over there.
He's still locked up by Mars' blood.
Yeah, he can't move, but he can take one action and no reactions.
It's not quite like stunning. It's not like stunned. It's like they can't take reactions and they can't move, but they can still take action.
Yeah, it's the
But
equivalent.
they're already there.
Yeah, it's an equivalent of a slow spell, which is pretty
Gotcha.
cool. Yeah. All right. So anybody who's watching over there, you see like this similar kind of pulse within the crystal, and for just a second, that side of the ship dips for a moment, then it returns, and you see the slightly fluctuating pulsing of that crystal. From him, the one here next to Ogawan is going to make 2 attacks against Ogawan. The second one does hit. So Ogawan takes 6 points of lightning damage from that. And then the other one is going to fly in to sees who's harassing the creature. So he's going to make a grab at you, Source, to try to lift you. So go ahead and make a just as dexterity check, or sorry, athletics check.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Oh, sorry, acrobatics for you. Yeah.
That's going to be a 13.
13.
'Cause I rolled
Yeah.
like crap.
He rolled a natural 1, so he tries to grab you, and you just kind of dart out of his hands, and he's going to try to fly past. You get an attack of opportunity as he's making his way this way.
14 plus 8 is 22.
Yep, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. He already had taken a hit, so he's down a little bit.
That is going to be 6.
6 points of damage. Yeah, so as he's flying past, you kind of hit him with in the back, and he just flies this way, and you see him sputter and then fall off.
I just picture one of those where it like dents the jetpack and just sends it spiraling
Yeah,
off.
it's the Boba Fett into the Sarlacc mouth moment. So
Exactly.
there you go.
Exactly.
Good, nice. So that's the engineer and the turn. Yeah.
The engineer gets to make a save to see if he's still cursed.
It's a con.
Let me look it up because I don't remember. Strength.
Oh, strength save. Okay, which he's not good at. No, that is a 8. So no, he is still under the effects of your blood malady. There you go.
He's still under your spell.
He says still under your spell. All right, which takes us to Abel.
It is my turn. Okay.
Yes.
I want to cast the hex spell
Okay.
on the mech creature.
Okay, so it is now hexed.
Okay, and then
What do you want to give
That's
it
it.
disadvantage on?
Either strength or con, maybe. What was the thing that? What is stunning strike? Con?
That's a saving throw, though. Like a strength. Like if you
Oh,
did
yeah.
strength would like if he tried to grapple somebody or something like that, it would help.
Kaimana, don't you have a spell that makes them make an ability check and not a saving throw?
Yeah, but not good on this ship.
Yeah, I think that's entangle. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just say strength checks.
Okay, cool. So he has disadvantage on strength checks. So if he tries to grapple or anything like that, sounds good. Okay, and then what do you want to do?
That's my bonus action. For an action, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Okay, Eldritch Blast. So go ahead and make roll your 2 Eldritch strikes.
Okay. Is that right? +5.
Yeah, with the ability score improvement, that should be correct.
A 12.
12 does not hit. However, the first blast hits the outside of this shell, and you see like right at the joint where one of his like armor plates is binding, it dents in a little bit, and it doesn't do damage to him, but it does dent him for a moment.
That's telling. The next one is a 9. It doesn't hit.
Same thing happens with the second. There's a 9. No, so that one doesn't hit him at all. So you go to fire again, and you blast off, and it shoots above his head. All right.
Wait, can I like take a free action and say like, looks like he's weak towards force blasts.
Yeah. And Soros, you're standing right next to him. You were seeing a similar reaction to your lightning as well. So, All right, good. So that, do you want to move at all, Abel, or stay where you are?
Nah, I think I'm good where I am.
Okay, sounds good. Marlo.
Oh boy. Can I get to the engineer and then back to the med?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. You can't get to the engineer.
Oh no. Okay, then
Ogion,
that's fine.
Ogion can take care of the engineer.
Yeah, I'll just get with the mech and see if physical damage does anything of this guy.
All right, go ahead and
You've got
make your two.
flanking.
Yep, you've
We
got
lightning,
flanking.
right?
I have lightning in my sword. It's not a ton, but we'll see.
Okay,
That's a natural 19.
that definitely hits. And this is with your wounding. Okay, so he is wounded, which is weird.
What does that mean for him?
Leaking oil.
Yeah, like we could say, like, yeah, leaking oil or leaking. There's some kind of like arcane energy that is kind of spewing out of that part of his wound. Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is an 11
Okay.
points of damage.
11 points of damage. All right.
The lightning. Boy. Okay, so that's 17 plus 8.
To hit on the second one. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much of the first one did you say was lightning?
I didn't roll the lightning damage for that one, so I'll just go ahead and do that now. It's 6 now, right?
6,
for
okay.
lightning damage?
Yeah.
4 points of damage on top of the, what did I say, 11?
Yeah. Okay. So you similarly see like the lightning as it hits him. It's almost like his body conducts the lightning and it hits into all these little joint components and he shudders for a second. Yeah. It doesn't look like it does more damage, but it is having some kind of effect on him.
Mm-hmm. Unlike hitting him with the sword, perhaps. And then the other is 9.
And so you miss with the second one, or that's how many points
No,
damage?
I rolled a 25.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it's, 9 points of damage.
So you do see that with the second blade, it hits the outer shell, and you like there's a moment when it hits the outer shell and it's tracing along the outer shell that like these runes pop into place, and you realize that it does have some magical protection. It like scratches on the shell, and so it does a little bit of damage, but you don't feel like it's doing the full amount with that second attack.
Cool.
All right, so that's Mar. Awesome. Anything else you want to do with your Mar? With your Mar? With your turn, Mar?
No, I'm here.
All right, so let me pull up Oguan's information because he's up next. All right, so now Oguan actually has somebody in range of him, which is great because he doesn't normally do that. All right, so you see for a moment he pulls his giant war hammer down, his like giant two-handed war hammer, and you see like this energy encase the outer shell of it for a moment after he says a word, and he's going to make an attack against this flying guy here. Natural 20. So I don't even know if the spell was necessary. All right, cool. So he takes that doesn't take him down, but so he takes 9 points of damage, and then like the moment he makes contact with this flying kind of bandit guy, you see the energy that was wreathing the hammer. It almost like it shoots off of the hammer and wraps around this guy, and now he's kind of this like disturbance in the air that's whipping around this engineer guy, and so he has that effect. And then Oguan's just gonna go ahead and make a move towards the other creature, and he will make just a regular attack against it. That does hit. 8. Okay, not enough to take out the engineer, but does get a wallop against the creature. Good. All right, so that ends Oguan's turn, which takes us to the Ravager. So throughout this whole turn, it's been kind of opening up, and when it finally kind of rises up, you see this humanoid-like shaped creature, but it's very like Shiva or Kali-esque. It has multiple arms, and so you see there's 2 arms that are there's no like hands attached to them. They're just blades, and then it has 5 arms kind of at its back, and each one of them kind of looks similar to like a cannon in some way. So it's gonna make. Actually, let's see. It's gonna shift. So Mar, you're gonna get an attack of opportunity against it.
Great.
It's Crimson Typhoon from Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
It's a 16.
16 just hits.
What? You'll love to see it.
Which, yeah, just
What does that do?
yes. It was 18 a minute ago.
Oh,
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
don't know what
Interesting.
that means.
Interesting.
what does that involve?
I don't know. It was AC one of them. Great.
Yeah.
For me. Do I get lightning damage on this?
You would,
Is
yes.
that- Okay. Great. Cool. 8 regular damage. 4 points of lightning damage.
Sounds good. Okay. All right. So it shifts out of its direction, and you see like one of the arms on its back. You see like the cannon-like apparatus. You see it turn, and then it pulls in for a second, and then it flips around, and then when it pulls back out, instead of a cannon-like thing, you see this cone shape, and it's gonna lower down right into Saurus's face. And I need Saurus, Abel, and Ogoan all to make dexterity saving throws for me really quick.
I continue my habit of rolling complete crap on saving throws.
Oh, no.
I rolled a 5, so that's a total of 12.
A 12 does not succeed. Abel, what'd you get?
17?
17 does succeed. You take half damage from this, and then Ogoan also will take half damage. And so you see for a moment like the energy kind of is sucked into this cone, and then this gout of flame, very similar to Abel's flamethrower attack, blasts out and hits all 3 of you. Oh wow, that was a really good roll on 2d6. That is 8 points of damage to Saurus, and then 4 points to Ogoan and Abel.
Fur burns.
Yeah, and then it gets to make 2 attacks. So with its other attack, Kaimana, you watch right after this flamethrower blasts out. You see one of those bladed arms slash back in your direction, and that is a natural 1, so that it doesn't hit. And then Marlo and Kaimana. So one of those arms on the back like sticks straight up in the air, and as its bonus action, it launches this mortar into the air, and it's going to crash down right in between the 2 of you. I just need you both to make a dex saving throw.
12.
12 does not succeed, so you'll get full damage from that.
I would like to cast Absorb Elements as a reaction.
Fantastic. And that absorbs the full attack or half of it?
I have to roll.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so go ahead and roll how much it absorbs.
24.
The 24 makes it, so you'll take half, Mar. How much?
Absorb 7 damage.
Okay, so you absorb the full attack, and it's fire. So that gives you, like, does that allow you to apply fire to your next attack? Is that what that one does?
It allows me to deal an extra 1d6 damage of that type.
Sweet. So it was a 6 on a d6, and so you absorbed the full brunt of the attack. Nice. But you also see, like, the moment that mortar fires, that arm, like the cannon just drops in, and now that cannon's not there.
Do I take half damage or no?
You took 3 points. Yeah. All right. So that is the end of its turn. which takes us to back at the top, Alyria. So she's going to move her spiritual weapon back in, and that will hit. Oh, at the end of the turn, you see some of the dents like correct themselves. Not all of them, but some of them did correct themselves. But she does hit, and so that's 6 points of damage. All right, and then what does Alyria have that's really going to be helpful here? She's going to look out towards Saurus, Mar, and Kaimana, who are all right next to the creature, and she's going to bless you. So you all now have, you can roll an extra d4 when you make an attack roll or a saving throw. All right, and that ends Alora's go. Okay, so Saurus, that takes us to you.
I am going to counter around so that I am opposite Kaimana to get advantage.
Okay, so there is kind of like, it's hard to kind of tell here, but this is like where the deck drops down. So you can get here and still have advantage, but it's going to be difficult to give Mar advantage on any of these attacks.
Well, Kaimana gets advantage with his attack and then shifts out of the way for Marlowe.
There you go. So you guys can keep doing that. So go ahead and make your attack.
We've got this stance now, baby.
Go ahead and make that attack.
12 plus 8, so dirty 20.
That does hit, yes. Go ahead and roll your damage.
This is stunning strike as well. And I am using the glove, so that's a die 6. So, 6 from the physical blow and 2 from the lightning. So that's a total of 8 damage.
Okay, and it did fail the check. It rolled low, considering its constitution is high, but it came under the 12. So it is stunned until the end of your next turn. And you notice some of the lightning energy do the same thing that it was doing before.
Okay, I will punch it a second time.
Okay, it is stunned, so you get advantage on the attack anyway. Yeah.
Another nat 20.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm going to use the glove again, which will exhaust its charges.
Okay.
But since this is double damage, I'm going to take it. And that is 12, 13, 14, 19 total.
19 total damage. Oof. Okay,
I hit it hard.
Let me just do some math really quick. Okay, so with that attack source, you hit it and you see the whole like outer armor shell that it has kind of shuddering and jittering, and there's a moment where you see it kind of like vibrating at a very high frequency, and then suddenly like all of the outer armor plates blast off of this creature in all directions. So anybody who's within 15 feet of it right now, so Kaimana, Mar, Saurus, this guy over here, not able, but Alyria, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
21.
You're good. You dodge completely out of the way. 7. Okay, so you will take full damage from that.
Woof.
10.
Okay, and you'll take it. So these like armor plates like blast off like shrapnel in all directions. Saurus, you kind of are able to dodge completely out of the way, and Mar, like one of these shrapnel pieces catches you in the side and then keeps going off and you feel this slice into you, and you take 7 points of piercing damage or slashing damage. Kaimana, same thing, 7 points, and Alyria also fails, so she takes 7 points of piercing damage. But now you see that the outer shell of this creature is gone, and there is like you can see it's kind of like when you remove the skin off of the T-100 in Terminator, you can see all of the gears, like the inner working gears, and at its center you can see this pulsing like crystal diode type thing that is sending like arcane energy, almost like blood pumping through this creature and powering it. But its outer shell is completely gone, so you imagine that its ability to withstand attacks has probably dropped a little bit as well.
Okay, I with my bonus round, I will do a flurry of blows.
Okay, with advantage.
First one is a 13 plus 8.
All right.
21. Second one is a 19.
19. Okay, both hit.
Okay, so that is a total of 3 between the two of them, plus my dex bonus, so that is total of 8 damage.
8 points of damage. Okay, and then as you connect with it, you're like punching, almost like it's like punching live wires. And so you feel this like back kick of like electrical or arcane energy into your fists, and you take 2 points of lightning damage. All right. Anything else you want to do this your turn, Source?
Nope, I'm gonna give Kaimana flanking.
All right, sounds good. Which does take us to Kaimana. All right, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll that shillelagh attack
With advantage.
with advantage because it is stunned.
I'm stunned.
$15.
15 just hits. So then go ahead and roll your d8 plus, and then add your energy to that as well.
So that's 6 shillelagh damage.
Okay.
So 6 magic damage, and then he gets 5 fire damage.
5 fire, so a total of 11 damage. Okay, and then you also feel like once you hit it, you feel this energy like shoot up your stick and into your body, and you kind of shudder for a second, and you take also 1 point of lightning damage from nailing this creature.
Absorb elements, please.
Okay, so go ahead and roll to absorb the lightning.
I'm glad you used to have it, and I'm like, I never knew how it works. I probably wouldn't use it anyway. I'm not like really melee.
I rolled a 3, but it's going to be a max of 1, right?
Yes, max of 1. Yeah. But you do absorb the full brunt of that, so good.
All 1 of it. I absorbed a stubbed toe.
You did, yeah. All right. Anything else there, Kaimana?
No, I'm done.
Okay. All right, which takes us to the engineer, and the engineer, while bopped by Oguan, is going to continue trying to disable this crystal.
Is it
And
my thing or the engineer?
what's that?
Is it me or did the engineer go before me last time?
Yeah, the engineer goes, and then Abel goes. Yeah. So the engineer again rolls, and you see the crystal blink out again, and that whole side of the ship dips, and everybody slides like 5 feet in this direction.
I'm on the edge.
Yeah, Abel, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
I'm gonna fall to my death.
Well, you won't necessarily fall, but
Wait.
it'll be an interesting.
There's a wing there.
Yeah.
That's
Wing
character.
there.
It's fine.
Okay, a 13.
13. Okay, so you start to slide and you hit the edge, and you teeter, but then you catch yourself on the edge and you pull back without falling off. I'm going to roll a dexterity saving throw for this engineer. So you watch as the ship dips over, and he just like falls off.
Let's hope Ogion makes his.
I moved him 5 in, so he's still fine. But so that is the engineering problem is gone, but you do see that the crystal is like fibrillating really erratically, just like the other one was before Mar saved the day on that. And then the other one is going to. Well, there's not much he can do. He's going to make. Well, he does have advantage. 2 attacks against you, Saurus, with advantage.
Does he have advantage because it's stunned?
Oh, no, he wouldn't. I guess that's right. But that is a 17 to hit.
That does match my armor class.
Okay, so you take 3 points of lightning damage from the first attack, and then it misses with the second one because I don't think a 12 does not break your armor class. So he hits out with the lightning glove, and you take 3 points of lightning damage from the first one, but then he whiffs with the other one, and he is going to try to get away from you and fly out. You can make an attack with opportunity or attack of opportunity.
15.
That just hits, so you can roll your damage.
2 plus 5, 7.
You dent his jetpack, and he zooms off this direction, and you just see this like cloud disappear off into the far, and then dropping down into the river. So you guys have eliminated all the threats except for the Ravager. Good.
We still have the other ship to capture, though.
Yeah, and it is still attached to your ship by the anchor points.
Are the anchor points still pulsating, or is that done now that the Ravager is on our deck?
They're currently not.
Okay,
Yeah.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. Abel.
I want to cast at the Ravager the spell Scorching Ray. So one of my like glass beads on my necklace starts to glow like really bright, like a small little sun, and I absorb the magical energy into my quarterstaff, and I use it as my arcane firearm to cast the Scorching Ray spell.
Okay.
And
Make your 3 Scorching Ray blasts.
it's 3, right?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. The first one. Oh, it's an 11.
11 does
Right.
not hit, so the first blast shoots off in off into the sky.
New spells all. The next one is a 18 plus 8. So
That
26 to hit.
That definitely hits. You can and then go ahead and roll the third one, and then you can just do all the damage at the same time if you attack.
Well, depending on how much damage it does to him, I might want to aim the third one at someone else.
There's nobody
There's
else.
no one else.
Yeah.
Oh, the engineer's gone off the.
He fell off.
Saurus, he fell off when the ship
I'm
dipped.
paying attention. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Well, I might want to aim at one of those harpoons that's tethering us to the other ship.
Okay.
But I'll go ahead and roll it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, the next one is a 15 to hit.
That just hits. Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be 2d6,
Plus your
which
D.
is 12.
Plus your
plus
D6 for hex.
Yeah, plus another d6.
It's 2d6 because it's 2 separate attacks.
Well, 2d6 for each attack? Well,
No, it's 1d6 for each. Yeah. So since you hit with both of them, you get 2d6.
okay, I'm confused. Because on the thing, it just 6 damage. But I get 3 separate rays.
Right, but
It says all hit.
so each ray counts as a separate attack.
So is it 2d6 for each ray?
No, hex is 1d6, right?
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about Scorching Ray was 1d6.
Oh no, you did right on the damage for the scorching ray. So now you get 2 additional d6 of damage for hex.
Okay, cool. So that's the first one. Shit, what did I roll? It went away.
12.
12 plus. What was the other d6 I rolled? Hold on, I gotta look in the history. I feel like an old man. Give me one minute.
Let me work this technology.
Okay, so she's 16 14 total for the first Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Okay. And then... Oh, geez. 7. Do I get Hex for...
Does Hex happen every round, or does it happen for every attack, or is it just one attack per round?
I think Hex is just the one. I don't know how my spells work. Each saves. Is it curse? Since to the spell ends, you do an extra d6 of necrotic damage whenever you hit with an attack.
So you get the d6 added to both. Yeah.
And then I should get an extra d8 from my arcane firearm.
Yes.
Oh, this is a lot of stuff, man. Okay, so add 4 to that first roll. I think the arcane firearm is just one attack, though.
Yeah.
All right. And then the other Scorching Ray is 2d6 plus another d6. So that's 10 plus another d6.
Jesus.
11.
Okay.
So that will be 11 for that.
All right. So you guys see this flurry of blasts rocket into this creature, and like it takes one in the chest and kind of knocks back for a second, and then one of its bladed arms gets hit by it, and you hear this tinging sound as it flies backwards, doing some heavy damage to the creature. Good. Anything you want to do there, Abel?
I want to also fire with my force.
Okay.
Why?
Get this round.
It's almost like a monk at this
I
point.
mean, I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong.
Well, Scorching Ray, three blasts, and then
All right, Kaimana.
4 attacks. Yeah.
I'm on the edge. I don't think we can clear that song. Let me stop. God, it's not gonna hit. It's a 2 plus 8, 10.
No, that doesn't hit. So your Force Ballista, the little elephant blares out and fires off into the distance, and it disappears off over the side of the ship.
I'm like all over this with my rolls, man.
All right. Which takes us to Marlowe.
Or no?
No, so Kaimana's currently blocking the advantage point there.
Stunned.
But it is stunned, yeah, so you still can get advantage, yep.
I will do that, but also he's wounded. Hold on.
Yes, go ahead and roll that wound.
1.
1 point of damage,
One
okay.
point of damage.
He explodes.
Oh, and he gets a save for that when it gets his turn.
Right, yeah.
That is 26.
26 does hit, yep.
Great. So that is 9 physical damage and then 3 points of lightning damage.
All right. Okay, you can make your next attack.
That is 20, not natural.
That does hit.
Violent throw. That is 10.
Nice.
Damage.
All right, so and with which the second attack only does 5, but with both hits, you feel this lightning energy like pulse up your blade and into your arm, and you take 4 points of lightning damage from the attacks.
Oh, cool. If I was a werewolf right now, that's me, Grace, not Mar. Mar would never think that.
All right. So that anything else you want to do there, Mar, with your turn?
I mean, no.
Okay. So that takes us to Oguan.
Back on the boat or clean out the engine pod.
He is gonna he's gonna make an Arcana check on this. As the engineer, he knows what he's doing, so he gets advantage. And okay, good.
I also tried to yell, I think, to everybody, like, what the issue was.
Yeah, quit the Quicksilver thing. And since he built this ship, he knows kind of the ins and outs of it. So he So you see him bend down, and it does take his full turn, but you notice the crystals start to pulse more naturally, and the ship picks up a little bit of speed. So it's back to normal. So that did save the ship from crashing in the next couple rounds, probably. So Ogon does save that, which takes us to the Ravager's turn. It is stunned, but at the end of its turn, is it the end of your turn, Saurus, or at the end of its turn?
End of
where
Saurus.
did I write it down?
Believe.
Stunned until the end of your next turn. So he's stunned to the end of my next turn.
Okay, good. So so it is stunned, so he's not able to. So you kind of just see his arms just kind of drifting at his side. But at initiative count 20, you do see there's like 2 of the harpoon points are nearby it. You see the energy on them start to pulse, and then they reverse polarity, and you see it lifted up into the air, and then it releases and it crashes down here. I need
Get
Abel.
opportunity attacks when it goes out of range.
Yes, all 3 of you would. But then it
Kill
does crash down, and I'll need Mar and Abel to make dexterity saving throws.
We get a D4 to this.
Yes,
Right?
Abel doesn't, but you do.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Boy, did I need it.
The attack of opportunity was a 26.
That'll hit. You can roll damage.
If this kills him, do I have to make the dex?
9.
9. Okay, that doesn't kill it, so you just have to make the dex.
Kaimana and Marlowe.
Kaimana and Marlowe do as well, yeah.
Kaimana.
19 on
Ni-
the dex save.
Okay, you good. You jump out of the way.
I
Yeah,
rolled
I
a
got
9
it.
to hit.
9 hits. You said 9 to hit.
Yeah.
That misses. So as you go to swing, and he's just pulled out of your range too quickly. Marlo, did you roll
attack?
14.
14? Oh, you didn't need to make the dex save. You're okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Marlo, did you do an opportunity?
Yeah, I got a 28.
That does hit.
Get it.
All right. 9 physical damage, 5 lightning damage.
Ooh, nice. And you take 2 points of lightning damage from the attack. Oh, and Saurus also, you take 1 point of lightning damage from your attack. Good. So what was your dex save, Abel?
Yeah, 6.
Okay, so you guys watch as it crashes down. You see Abel launched into the air, and he lands. Like, it looks like he goes out of sight, and because
Can I grab onto the ship above us?
well, no, the ship is like 50 feet ahead above you, so you're not there. But you guys see him launched out, and as far as you guys are aware, Abel is gone. But Abel, there is a large wing on that side of the ship, but it's down towards the bottom of the ship. And so you land and you feel yourself like on this very heavy canvasy structure that is the wing that is helping guide the ship. And the wind is blowing past you, and you're knocked prone.
Okay.
But as far as everyone else knows, Abel just got launched off the side of the ship.
Yeah, I needed this stress.
All right, and that takes us up to the top. So Alora, she watches Abel plummet over the side, and you just hear this like enraged yell from her side, and she is going to Misty Step into range with the creature, and you see this like she's gonna burn this at second. No, she's gonna burn this at 3rd level. You see this fiery energy go around her maul, and she's gonna slam up into the creature. with a natural 20 on this angry attack, and so it
Hell hath no fury.
no.
Wow.
So 10 points of damage from the initial attack, and then the moment you hits, it's almost like slag from a forge bursts out of the maul and coats over the whole creature. And it would technically be on fire, but it's not able to burn. But it does take another. That was a 6 on the d6. Another 6 points of damage from the slag. All right, and you see it's kind of jittering and shaking. It definitely looks like it is hurt. All right, which takes us to Saurus.
I'm going to go running to the edge to leap off after Abel.
Okay.
Oh,
Do I see him before I leap?
Yeah, when you get here, you can see him below on the wing.
Okay, in that case, I will pivot and kick the Ravager.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack against the Ravager.
That's a miss with the first one.
Okay.
I'm assuming an 11 does not hit.
No, that doesn't. Yeah. I think you guys have hit it enough times. Its armor class is 15, so you can.
That one does hit, though.
All right.
And so that is great. Total of 6,
Okay, 6 points.
and then bonus attack. That is a hit
Okay.
for another 7.
Okay.
Get a bonus attack. Oh boy.
All
I
right.
haven't been doing that.
Oh no, we lost Kaimana. Hold on. Wait till he gets back so he can hear what happens. At this, you are noticing that now, like, oh, it doesn't have a reaction. Never mind. So it wouldn't be able to do this anyway.
Yep, not until the
is
end of
that
my
you
turn.
get a bonus attack now too, Grace?
Hold on. Let me.
No, I just realized that I've been doing 2 attacks instead of the 3 attacks that I could have been doing this whole time.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's hard when you level up and get new abilities, man. You gotta remember all this stuff.
Yep.
Blood Hunters aren't hard. They're just, it's a lot of dice.
Yeah, and
That's
and,
throwing me.
and this is your first like real battle, or this is your first battle since you guys hit level 5. So there's a lot of like stuff going on with it. Yep. All right. So
Kaimana's back.
yeah, Saurus, you take 2 points of lightning damage from the 2 attacks, and then anything else you want to do there with your turn?
I will counter around to give Marlowe flanking.
All right. What's your full movement?
45.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. You'll have to drop behind it, and you'll kind of be trapped back there, but you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can do that to give Marlowe.
Because
flanking.
Marlowe's going to kill it.
All right.
Pressure on me.
Yeah, which takes us to Kaimana.
I'm gonna hit it.
Okay, you move up to attack. It is no longer stunned, so you don't get advantage on the attack.
Shillelagh.
That's 12.
12 does not hit.
I will use my bonus action
Okay.
and give Ma healing word.
All right, so that goes out towards Mar. So go ahead and roll the D4 plus your Wisdom modifier, or is it also add your proficiency to that? Yeah.
I cast it at 2nd level.
Ooh. 2d4.
Mar gets 11 points back.
11 points of healing to Mar. So this green or this bluish energy kind of hits you, Mar, and it's almost like being washed in beautiful ocean water. And you feel like some of the wounds seal up and close on your body. All right, which takes us to the engineers are dead, so it takes us to Abel. Abel, you can, so you find yourself lying on this wing, and you've got about 10 feet of clearance, like the width wise, and then it is like a 30 or 40 foot long wing. So you've got some space here to move about, but what are you doing?
I'm assuming I can't see anything up on the deck.
No, so this is probably like 30 feet down.
Cool. 30 feet.
This is it's probably 20 feet. This ship only has one underdeck layer. So Kaimana would know better than I would how tall that is. But it's probably 15, 20 feet. Yeah.
Okay. I will use half of my movement to stand.
Okay.
And do I see anything that I can use to start climbing back up to the top deck of the ship?
So kind of looking around where you are, there are some like ropes and things up at the like on the railings of the ship, but probably too far out of your reach.
Can I move closer to?
Yeah, you can move to the edge of the ship. So now you've got like the metallic, the wooden side of the ship that's got these metal portions, kind of riveting parts of it together there. But then 10, 15 feet above your head are the railing and the ropes.
One cool thing is that Ogion can see you, so he
Yeah,
should be able to get to you to lower ropes to you.
Yeah, he can see you
that's
now.
what I was
So.
gonna say. I'm thinking from where I am, can I get an angle on those harpoon chains that are tethered to the ship?
So if you
Can I
move,
look up?
if
Can I see
if you
where?
move back out, you could. Yeah.
Okay, sure. From there, can I see or get an angle on?
Yeah, from there the ship's not blocking your vision, so you can see all three going up to the other ship.
Okay. Can I try to make attacks at the chains of harpoons, or one of those, like the closest harpoon
Yep.
chain that I see?
Yeah, sure.
Just I can like break them.
Yep. Go ahead and make. How are you gonna attack them?
I'm going to attack it with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go ahead and make 2 Eldritch Blast attacks against the chains.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it. It's in here somewhere. It's not my accent. I'm mixing. That is a 16 to hit.
Yes, that'll hit.
Okay, I might as well just roll the second one while I'm here. That is a 17 to hit.
Also hits. So these 2 bolts. So anybody who's watching will see these 2 bolts of green energy fly up from somewhere below the ship, and connect with one of these chains, connecting this boat to the other one.
The first is 6 damage,
Okay.
and the second will be. Press the button again. 9 damage.
Okay, so you guys see like this first bolt impact, and one of the heavy chains kind of snaps a little bit, and then the second one slams up right above it, and you see it sever, and the chain flies off and kind of clatters over here onto the deck this way.
Okay. Can I see any of the other chains that are tethered to
Yeah,
the ship?
yeah, you can see all 3 of them.
Okay, I'm going to take aim at the next closest one and try to hit it with my bonus action Force Ballista.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack.
I will as soon as I find it. No, that's wrong. It's Eldritch Blast. Force Ballista cannon is aimed, and that is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
A 2d8. Can I have the creature die before I can move hex, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. 18 damage on the chain.
Okay, yeah, that so another chain snaps and kind of clatters over and is now dangling off on the side of the ship on this way.
Okay, and can I use my free action to yell, someone throw me a rope when they have a moment?
So I'm gonna just roll a quick perception from Oguan because the wind is howling past you. So to see if he hears that over the howling wind.
I did just shoot like a bunch of energy blasts.
Yeah, I mean, like people are paying attention, so they're there. All right, anything else you want to do there with your turn, Abel? I think that's it.
Just, how much movement did I use to go to the edge?
You only got about 25 feet
Okay.
of clearance here
Okay.
anyway, so you can just okay. All right, which
Yeah.
takes us to Marlowe.
I would like to hit it.
Okay. Go
I
ahead.
am in flanking,
My
correct?
bow.
Yes, Saurus has given you flanking, so you've got advantage.
18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Cool. Okay. 8 points of the slashing damage and 6 points of lightning damage.
All right. And okay, good. And that gives you 2 points of lightning damage back to you.
Okay. Yeah, 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, is the dude still wounded?
It is, and it's actually got 3 wounds on it at this point.
Great. Let me do that real quick. 6. 9.
9, nice. Okay.
Wound.
All right.
Okay, and then I just rolled an attack, and so the damage for, I gotta roll that again. 7, so 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Halved. Okay.
Natural 20. Haha. Haha. I was looking at this dice because it has a heart for the natural 20. I was like, what number is that?
Nice. And so this is your bonus strike.
So that is.
Which sword?
I've already used the lightning.
Okay,
so-
right. Okay. Yeah.
And I assume the rapier wounding I only use like once per turn, right?
Yeah,
So
that would only work.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that would only work once
Yeah.
per turn. Yeah. So this is it is the damage is doubled, but it's still halved because it's
Right,
the,
yeah, so it's a normal attack. Okay, so that's 18 points of damage.
Woo.
Half the
Nice. So with that attack, you start to see like you guys have been carving into it and punching it and hitting it, and you're starting to see some of its kind of joints like locking up, and it's like hitching, like kind of like when you bend machinery and it's catching and it's jittering. It looks like it is on the verge of collapse at this point. Good. Anything else, Mark?
Nothing else I can do.
All right, which takes us to Oguan. So Oguan, while definitely concerned about the creature, is more concerned about his son. And he's going to come over here. He's going to spend his action unraveling one of these ropes and tossing it down in your direction, Abel. And then he's going to hold it to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere, so that you can get to it on your turn.
Thank you, Father.
Which takes us to the Ravager. So like you see it's hitching, but like you can see like for a moment it starts to pick up pace a little bit, and it's going to swing out. Well, hold on. It is currently surrounded.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's going to do a whirl. It's going to use it's instead of doing 3 attacks, it's just going to do a whirl attack. So this will be attack against each of you. So Saurus, that doesn't hit. That's 15.
Nope.
Okay. Marlowe 18. Kaimana 16.
Miss.
Ooh, so Marlowe hit. Alora also gets hit, and Oguan, that is a natural 20 against Oguan. So Marlowe, you see like
that turn, so
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah, you see these two the two blades kind of go out on either side of it, and then its whole middle section just spins around in a big circle. So Marlowe, you take 9 points of slashing damage. Alyria takes 12 points of slashing damage. Alora's looking pretty hurt. And then Ogawan, whew, that's a rough roll. 15 points of slashing damage. Ogawan's also looking pretty injured at that point. And then it will also, you see 2 of the rockets on its back, or the mortars on its back, launch up, and they're going to land right here, right on Mar's zone. So Mar, Kaimana, and Alyria all need to make dexterity saving throws. Low rolls on the damage, though.
15.
15, that just makes it. So you'll take half damage.
15.
15, you're good, just half damage. And Alyria rolled she did not roll well, that's a 2. So which plus whatever, so it still misses. So Kaimana and Mar, you both take 3 points of fire damage, and Alyria takes 7 points of fire damage, and Alyria drops.
Oh.
All right. And then that is the end of the Ravager's turn. It takes us to Alyria. Death saving throw.
Oh my god.
An 8. So she has 1 failed death save. And which then takes us to Saurus. Saurus.
I yell at Abel, "Don't sever the last chain," and then I hit it.
Okay, go ahead.
The Ravager. That's going to be a 21.
That hits.
First attack. And that does 9.
Okay, and you take 3 points of lightning damage back.
Okay.
You could potentially,
Second attack.
yeah,
25.
that hits.
And that does 6 damage.
so close. Okay.
And then with my bonus attack,
Get up.
that is a 22.
That hits.
And that is going to be 8 damage.
Okay, so with the final attack, you crunch in and you feel like the whole center plate that you guys have been just wailing at and hitting kind of cave beneath the creature, and you see the whole thing bend forward, like the kind of going back to its circular form, and it kind of curls up and goes still. But there's a moment that goes by, and then you start to hear like this, and you start to see this light coming from the interior of it, where the core of the creature was. It is currently like not moving out of commission, but you get the sense that the core is building up. Anything else, Source, you want to do with your turn?
I yell at Marlowe, "Hit it with more lightning."
I'm fighting.
Which takes us to Kaimana.
Is this core exposed?
The core, so you can see, like, so it's kind of curled up around it, and you can catch glimpses of it from between, like, where its arms are kind of almost like the way a spider curls up when it's dead. Its arms have kind of curled up around its body, and you can kind of catch glimpses through the arms.
Would I be able to shape change and try to grab it in the same turn?
So is it shape change as a bonus action or an action?
I can't remember.
I think it's a full action. But
Wild shape is an action.
Okay, yeah. So you would need, like, you could change and then you could move, but you wouldn't be able to fully grab it in the same round.
Okay, I am going to wild shape and move up next to it.
Okay, what do you change that to?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay, that's fine.
Are you feel like its arms are curled up in front of it?
Like its whole body kind of curled back down, almost like it's no longer moving, and you don't see any of those electrical impulses going through its arms. But its last action was to kind of curl up around its core.
Okay. I wonder if you could pry the heart like open, and then someone else take a shot at trying to disable the core or something. But I don't know if like is that called metagaming? I looked that term up.
I mean, a little bit, but it's whatever.
Okay, I won't do it. I'm sorry.
We're all thinking it.
Well, it's also like in battle, like you guys would be yelling at each other in battle, so like now the chances of whether or not a creature, like one of your teammates, could hear you from where you are, who knows? But like you guys should be able to plan during battle. That's like what you would naturally do. That's why those free actions exist. So I'm not bothered by that so much.
Can I make a quick change to what I was going to do?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
I am going to use my bonus action first to give Alyria a healing word,
Okay.
and then I will shape change into an ape.
Go ahead and tell me how much she heals up, and she does become conscious. And you turn into an ape.
Yes.
Which I don't have an ape, so let's see what I've got.
You might have one in your stack of. That's a lot of stuff to look through.
That's a lot of stuff to look through. You're just gonna be a troll, because they're about the same. You're about the same size. That would be about the same size as a troll. So this is an ape.
She heals for 6 damage.
All right, so Alyria heals up for 6 damage. So she comes conscious. She catches her breath, but she's still like on the ground there, injured. But okay. All right, so that ends Kaimana's go. Engineers able. So the rope's there in front of you. You can use your action to climb the rope.
I want to use my action to climb the rope.
Make a strength check for me, please.
That's not gonna work. If I chose the worst, just a strength check, not a saving.
You could wait, and your father could pull you up if you don't think you could make the strength check.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait.
Okay.
I can't like catastrophically fail it, right?
I mean, sure.
We'll see. Why not? Strength. Where's strength? Oh, it's at the top.
It's technically athletics, but I don't think you're proficient in that, so.
I'm not proficient in
Yeah,
anything
so it's just a
else.
strength.
It wouldn't matter. It'd be the same thing. What's that number? A 12?
Okay. It takes you your full movement, but you are able to climb up and you get. So that's your action.
Cool. That is my action.
Or technically, that's your movement.
I still have an action? No.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, if you had failed climbing, it would have wasted your action.
I'm going to cast a Cure Wounds. I guess on my dad since he's looking kind of rough.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that.
Yeah, so I'm going to my little mechanical healing spider. Spin its little glowing green healing web
Oh, what the hell is this? Get this off of me.
to make you feel better. Cure Wounds is just the first level. I don't have.
No, yeah.
But I'm not. 7 points of healing.
All right. So your dad heals up 7 points. Yeah.
That probably was a waste of a spell, honestly, but whatever. Okay.
It's your
Yeah.
dad.
Sorry, Dad. This is a
I was
waste.
thinking with my heart.
Your dad can see the disdain as you're casting this on him. It's fine.
No, Ronnie did that. Abel would totally, heal his father. I have a bonus action. Source is right. I don't want to sever that last thing, and I don't think I should go shooting this guy with a force ballista. I am going to stand down.
Okay. All right. Which takes us to Marlo.
Because I can't get any closer to him, right?
You're already within 5 feet of him.
Oh.
Malo.
Is-
see if you can yank out the core and then
But yeah.
toss it to me.
Yeah, does it look like I can pull out the core? Because that's what I was thinking about
Okay,
doing.
go ahead and roll an investigation check.
That's what I wanted to do, but I've already used my action.
I think you should just stab into it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I rolled a 1.
Okay, so Mar,
No,
you're
we-
looking at it, and it's difficult. Like you can see this pulsing core. It's really difficult to see, like whether it's attached to anything. It's really hard to tell.
Plunge your rapier into it.
Yeah,
Single
I
hand
want
and
to
save
shove
the shit
my
earlier.
lightning sword into it.
Okay, so go ahead and make an
Oh,
attack.
also, he's wounded still, right?
So
Face?
yeah, technically. So go ahead and roll those 3.
That would make him fail a death save.
If he's on death saves.
If failing death saves is a good thing.
Yeah.
It was 3, right?
Yeah.
So that is, or would it be 4 now? 'Cause I
Oh no,
did
you
it
did
dead.
hit it. Yeah, so it would be 4.
Okay, so that was, that was just 10.
So you see like where the wounds were, and that like arcane energy was seeping out before. You see them open for a second, and it's like a torrent of arcane energy like shoots out. But the moment it shoots out, it like hits an invisible bubble and starts to swirl around the creature. And now you can see that it is encased in some kind of force shield of some kind.
What? Does it seem like perhaps I could stab through this?
You can certainly try.
Hi.
Okay.
That is 23 to hit.
It hits, but when you go to stab, like you feel your blade hit something on the outside of it, and it's almost like you're trying to force through, but then it shunts you off to the side.
Fuck. I don't know what to do with that.
How heavy does this thing look?
How what?
How heavy does it look?
Oh, I don't want to fall off the ship. It's so
Probably-
cool. I want to investigate it.
Probably, I would say over 500 or 600 pounds. It's solid.
Okay, so much for that
Yeah,
idea.
Yeah, it's
I
solid
could-
metal,
I can
yeah.
get it off this ship. Don't you worry.
We've got an ape and a look it out.
Electrical damage from Mars attack do anything, even though the blade itself doesn't connect.
No, like it's kind of almost like when a wizard uses shield, where it looks like the attack's gonna hit, but then at the last second, like this arcane energy just shoves it to the side.
Oh, away or no?
The
It's
shield.
still there?
No,
Yeah.
you can see like the cloud of arcane energy that spewed out of those wounds, just kind of swirling around it now. It's like a like one of those electric globes that you kind of put your hands on, and it's got like lightning sticking the outer edge of the globes. Like it's kind of looks like that.
Would absorb elements like absorb that energy?
You don't know.
I don't know. That's all I can do is hit things with a sword. I mean, no, because can I use a blood curse again?
It does not have blood.
Oh, then never mind. I'm just trying all of my options. Okay. How many chains are there? And could I go potentially hit one of those with the rest of my attacks instead of this? Because this isn't gonna work.
Yeah, there's one chain left, so you can move to it.
Okay.
Notice
well,
earlier, leave chains.
oh, I know.
Yeah, we might want to climb and like see shit.
Yeah, can I try to get up it and see what happens?
Make an athletics check.
Can it be an acrobatics check though? Perhaps.
You are climbing, and the only reason I allow swords to do it is because as a monk, is there now? So
You stand by to hit this thing again, I'll climb the chain.
I can't hit this thing. I can't do it. I'm gonna waste all of my turn. I just want to try.
Well, if it gets
No,
up,
you gotta
hold
figure
the
out-
action.
Right?
I mean, no, I want to try this. I want to see if it works.
Okay.
Hold on. I have a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Who like is around that doesn't seem to be like cool if I just turned into a werewolf right now? Is there like a lot of other people on this deck?
So technically, I mean, the captain is still at the wheel. Like he's been guiding the ship this whole time. The other sailors are like they went below when the attack happened.
I would like to very stealthily pull down my hat and try to turn into a werewolf really bad.
Okay, so you
and climb
transform.
up this thing.
All right, go ahead and make your athletics check.
Okay. It's just because I'm giving myself advantage
Yeah.
by doing that. 15.
Okay, 15. So you grab a hold and you kind of using the bits of the chain, you pull yourself up and you get probably 15 feet up through the course of this turn. You can continue to try to climb up through the next turn. You've probably got about 30 feet to go.
That is fine.
Yep. All right, sounds good. So Mars, halfway up the chain as a werewolf, any pretense at hiding herself. She's now up in the open.
No, I said I did it stealthily.
All right, which takes us to.
The only part
As
that's
you
like
were-
exposed is my face.
That's true. Yeah.
I would have like pulled my scarf up, so it's like I feel like you'd have to be paying like really close attention.
That's
to
true.
me to like
Yeah.
see it.
And there are bigger fish to fry right now, so it makes
Right.
sense. All right, which takes us to Ogoon. So he is going to turn to the creature, and he's going to investigate it with his engineering eye. So he gets advantage.
Is help an action or a bonus? Help is an action.
That's an
Right?
action. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, this thing. So he's looking at it, and he's like, he kind of gets down and he's analyzing it from a different angle. He's like, "Oh, this thing is, it's connected into the body. The body. I don't know what this accent is. It's connected into the body. It has to be separated. The core has to be separated from the main structure." But so he's able. He tells you now, like he points out that there's two connections where, almost like a heart, this has a connection to the greater body, and those, the way he's looking at it, those need to be severed in order for him to pull out or remove the core from the creature. All right, which takes us to the Ravager's turn. Yep. So you see the like all of you who are within 5 feet of it, you feel it, like this pulsing energy is getting faster and louder, and the light kind of coming from the interior is getting brighter. It's kind of like it's approaching, like if it turned into one solid sound just of constant energy, it's approaching that level. Where it's
It
getting.
starts up next round.
All right, which takes us to Alora, who's going to stand, and she is also, she has engineering bones, so she's going to, not with that roll. So she goes in with her hammer, like thinking like, I'm gonna hammer this to break parts of it. And the moment she strikes out with her hammer against it, it hits that outer shell and bounces off. So she's like, I don't know. I don't know. There's something guarding it. We have to see a way to get through. So Saurus goes to you.
I am going to try and grab a section and pry it open for Kaimana.
Okay. So go ahead and make a strength check. You can
good.
You can use athletics if you have proficiency in it, or just
This
make
is a
strength
check, correct?
Yeah.
So the thing that Alora gave us earlier, the bless, I can use my bonus dice for this, correct?
If you want to treat it as an attack roll, you can.
I'm not going to waste it because I fail.
That's fine. Well, and Bless. Well, and technically, sorry, Bless would have faded anyway because she got knocked out, and it's a concentration spell.
Right. So that would be a total of 5 with my strength bonus.
Okay, so Source, you reach out to try to like pry apart some of the legs, and you reach out slowly to grab, and you feel like you're passing through like a wall of jello. It's like weird, but it seems to kind of form around your hands, and then you grab the creature's legs and you go to pull, but you don't have enough leverage to separate either of the legs. But you were not prevented from getting to it.
Okay, because my hands aren't metal.
Maybe, yep. Right.
That's all I can do.
All right, Kaimana.
I am going to attempt to suplex this thing off of the ship.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check using the strength or athletics check using the athletics of the gorilla.
Okay, that is athletics 16.
Okay,
But hold, hey, no, hey,
go
that's
ahead.
not what I rolled. That's his athletics.
Right.
That's a +3, right?
Yes.
So that's a 20.
A 20. So you pick up the creature, and like it probably does weigh 600 pounds, which is probably pushing the gorilla's strength limit. But you manage to lift it up, so you now have it in your arms. Any movement that you have would be severely limited, but you do currently have it in your grasp and can move some. Probably
So
wouldn't be able to
if
toss it until the next round, but.
Well, if I'm looking at the map,
Uh-huh.
I'm occupying roughly 10 feet.
Yeah, you're. I think the gorillas are large creatures, so that makes
I am just going to fall over backward.
Okay. So that puts you in danger of tumbling off.
Right. The idea is I grab the rail on the way down and just let go of the robot.
Okay, so
You're trying to catapult it off.
you tilt backwards with it, and so go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw using the dexterity of the gorilla.
Okay, hang on.
King Kong's pretty dexterous, right?
He climbed that building.
You did, yeah.
He climbed that building.
Just athletics, but
Yeah, he wasn't really good at swatting down the biplanes. though.
no.
Okay, so let's see, he has not athletics, he has a dexterity of 14, so that's a +2, so that's a 19.
A 19? Okay, so you tilt backwards with the thing in your hands, and you both kind of fall back. You hit this side and manage to catch yourself. And so I need, Kaimana, you to roll a d20. On a 10 or higher, it falls off the ship. On a 10 or below a 10, it rolls. It hits the side that's holding up the crystal.
Oh my gosh. Don't kill us, Kaimana.
17!
Okay, so it tumbles off and it falls down. You guys are about 1,000 feet in the air or so. And so anybody who rushes to the railing to watch, you see this thing tumbling through the air like a lopsided, like blown apart baseball, with all of its legs curled around this glowing inner sphere. And you see the sphere boom, 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 get brighter and brighter and brighter and faster and faster and faster until a moment like the energy hits a peak. And then you see it for a moment just collapse inward and the energy disappears. And then you hear a from about 150 feet down or so. And at the strength of this blast, I need everybody to make just a general dexterity saving throw.
It had a
Jesus.
self-destruct mechanism.
Yeah.
And it was gonna go on the next turn.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Good thing, because you were on the edge of the ship still.
16.
16, so is you're good.
19.
19 with disadvantage because you are. No, I don't think you take disadvantage when you're prone on dex checks, which is really weird to me. But okay, so 19, you're good.
Yeah, roll out of the way.
Marlo, what are you on the chain?
I got a 16.
Marlo, you feel like this concussive blast shake up through the chain, and you just manage to hold on. Alyria. God, Alyria gets knocked to the ground from the shake.
It's been a bad day.
And Oguan. Oguan is safe. Cool. So you guys all brace yourself as this happens. The ship itself, you hear kind of this crack at the bottom, and you kind of get the sense that maybe parts of the ship were slightly damaged in the blast. Not enough to knock it out of the air, but enough to kind of off kilter it.
Oh, I was going to go try and climb the chain after Marlo so we could capture the enemy vessel.
Okay, so we're at the point at the end of the fight where we have Marlo trying to climb the chain, and so what we'll do is we'll take our 10 minutes there, and we will see what happens in the aftermath of the fight concerning the other ship. So we'll take 10 minutes there. We'll see you back at 10 after 10.
Thank you, 10.
Thank you, Tim. Back from the break. So where we left off, you guys had defeated the attackers to the ship and blown most of the chains connecting you to the ship above. But Mar was in the process of trying to climb one of the chains. So what would you all like to do in the aftermath, after this explosion down below you?
I want to follow behind Saurus and go towards the chain as well.
Okay.
To try to climb.
I'm going to climb up the.
Okay.
Can I make an intelligence check to climb?
No.
Maybe?
Let me will myself up here with my brain power. All right. So, Marlo, you're on the chain right now. What are you doing?
I'm climbing.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check.
That is a 14.
14. Okay, so you continue to move up about 10 or 15 more feet. And at that, Mari, you're getting closer to the ship itself. Just go and make a perception check for me to see what you're hearing.
Are they waiting for me? And they're gonna...
Well, they'll be in for a surprise if they are.
Can I perhaps use my werewolf echolocation?
Yes, it would be with your hearing, yeah.
Amazing. 20, not natural.
20. Okay, so as you get up,
22, if that changes anything.
Yeah, so the wind's kind of blowing around you, but you do hear just a few voices, like up at the top, and you look up and you see two people looking over the railing, and you hear them like, "Oh shit, bring it up!" And one of them rushes off back to behind them. All right, what's up?
Do I think I can climb up there faster than they can make it?
You don't know how far away the controls are, so
I'm gonna try it.
Okay, so go ahead and make
I fall.
Make another strength check.
That is a 15.
15. Okay, so you start continuing to climb. Everybody down at the ship level, you start to hear the gears, like on the bottom part of this harpoon, start to move, and the teeth that are holding it in place are beginning to collapse in, so that the harpoon could be pulled back.
I jump on the chain.
Okay, so you jump on the chain as well, and so you grab on. Anybody else jumping on the chain?
I said I was on, right?
Okay, yeah, so you jump up on the chain as well, so you both are holding on. And a moment later, Abel, you see as the chain, like the harpoon closes, and the chain begins to retract quickly up towards the ship.
When I see the train start to move, I want to yell to the captain to them to see if he can get level with the ship above us.
Okay, so you yell back, and the captain starts to lift, and you feel the ship begin to rise. At the same time that the ship that was above you guys begins to kind of pull forward. And so, like, the chain's dragging behind it a little bit as it's zooming up. So, Mar, you are being pulled up now on the chain, and you see that it is heading up towards, like this little opening where the chain's being pulled in. You don't necessarily see anything around it that you could potentially grab onto, but you are being pulled towards it.
Oh boy.
Did I grab onto the chain? I want to grab onto the chain.
No, you didn't make it.
Oh, I didn't.
Do I think I could like scale the wall of this thing and like around the side and like dig my claws into it?
With your claws, it is made of wood, perhaps. Okay, so as the chain's pulling up, you've got about 10 feet or so. If you want to like make like a jump and a claw into it, go ahead and make a acrobatics check.
Okay. I do not get advantage on this. That's fine. That is a 23.
Okay, so you kind of at the last moment leap up and you claw in, and you begin to feel yourself kind of falling down off the side, but your claws are gripping into it. And there's a moment where you kind of are on the side now, and your claws are there. You don't know how long or how much strength you have to hold yourself in this position, but you do get to that point. So a few moments later, Saurus and Kaimana, you feel yourself getting close to this space, and you see Mar clawed into the side of the ship. What are you all doing?
I am going to leap up onto the deck.
Okay, go ahead. So the anchor chain's going into the side of the ship, so you've probably got a 15-foot clear there. So go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
And I'm using Step of the Wind.
Okay.
So I can jump twice my normal distance.
Yeah, so this is just like the acrobatic check here, just to make sure you can clear like the swing off of the rope, the chain up. Yeah. 18. Okay, 18. Okay, so you guys see like Saurus kind of releases off the chain and kind of whirls around it like once like a gymnast on a bar, and like uses the last whirl to lift himself up, and he flips up, hits the side of the ship, but grabs the railing, and then kind of pulls himself onto the ship. And so Saurus, you're now on the deck. This is a much smaller vessel than the other one. It's probably it's like kind of a skiff almost.
Who do I see in front of me?
So immediately you see there, like up on the forecastle deck, there is a guy at the wheel controlling the ship, and there's nobody else that you see on the deck at the moment.
Okay. I pull out my pistol, point it at him, and say, "Yield or die."
Okay. Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Intimidation is only +1, so that is a 16.
16, okay. So he's kind of looking at you, and you see there is kind of like he's shaking a little bit, but he whips the wheel hard to the right. And so like the whole ship kind of dips down and starts spinning to the right, the area. I need Kaimana make a strength check to see if you can hold on to the chain, and Marlowe make a strength check to see if you can maintain your grip on the side of the ship. You can do athletics if you're proficient in it. Yeah.
Oh, I'll do athletics then.
Yep.
That is 14.
14. Okay, so Marlowe, as the ship tilts and you're kind of whipped off, you feel one of your claws just kind of releases, and then the other one releases as well, and you start falling backwards, and you fall at. Let me think. Look at the speed of the ships really quick.
Oh, Josh, I'm gonna die. I can just guarantee you now with my hip, I'm gonna die.
No, like, so the other ship, I just have to check the speed. This ship's only a little bit faster than your ship, and it was rising up to catch it. The other one wasn't changing altitude. So you're only falling about 15 feet.
I can't stress this enough.
Okay, so let's just see.
Someone will be there to patch you up. So
Bludgeoning damage?
Yeah,
Like,
so
what's falling damage? Like, do I get it halved?
I rolled an 8.
it's bludgeoning.
Okay.
So it is halved. Okay. So you release, and you're like, oh crap, and then you think you're going to be falling 60 feet or so, because that's about the distance
not
was.
werewolf as I'm falling. Can I go back to human form?
Yeah.
No, wait, no, because then I won't get it halved. Oh, no, it's fine. Laura will heal me. If I die, I die.
Wait.
You did an 8.
yes,
Yeah.
Kaimana?
So I feel like with an 8, I'm falling too.
You will be. So I'll get you in just a second. So you think you're going to be falling 60 feet, but then it's like, oh shit, poof, and you slam into the deck of the royal ship, and it was a relatively low roll on 3d6, but that is still 15 halved.
No,
Seven.
because I unwerewolf. Because I
7.
don't want people to see.
Oh, so okay, so a full 15
I
points.
am down.
So
Because I had 14.
so you hit and like your air escapes your lungs and you are out.
I'd
Alora
rather die than be exposed as a werewolf. Truly.
Alora runs over to you and she's like, oh shit, and she will cast Cure Wounds, and so you will regain 13 points, but you're immediately brought back. So then, Kaimana, you feel like it's just really hard for your hands to maintain your grasp on this metal thing, and it slips out of your hands, and you fall back as a gorilla, and you also fall 15 feet.
Oh, he's a gorilla, sorry.
And that is 12 points of bludgeoning damage to the gorilla as you slam into the ground. As a gorilla, probably not. I mean, you kind of hit and it jars your body, but you're still relatively
Well, he's
okay.
only got 19 hit points. He's 8, not a
Oh, that's right. So you are not quite knocked out of your gorilla form, but that is a pretty big hit. All right. So Saurus, you are currently alone on the ship's deck, and the captain has turned the wheel, and he is now he brings up a crossbow, and he's gonna shoot in your direction. Do you want to react? Because you are pointing a gun at him.
I am going to deflect missile.
Okay. So that is a 17. So he go ahead and roll to see how much you decrease the damage of the crossbow bolt.
10 plus 4 plus 3. 17.
Okay,
I
so
rolled a 10.
So you completely you snatch the bolt out of the air. Do you want to spend the key point to throw it back?
I'm out of key.
You're out of key. So you snatch it out of the air and just throw it to the
Yeah,
side.
I use my last bit to step of the wind to get on deck.
At this moment, you see one other figure rush out from the bottom of the ship, and he has a book in his hand, and he jumps off the side of the ship. And then you see the captain takes his belt and wraps it around the ship's mast.
I shoot
not
him.
the mast. Okay, so you go ahead and roll because he's also about to jump off the side.
23.
23 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Shot the book guy, probably. What's in that book?
Seven.
7 points. Okay, so you clip the one who's piloting in the shoulder, and he kind of falls back against the railing, and then he just looks at you for a second, lifts himself up on the rail, and falls backward. He was not wearing a jetpack. And he tumbles off of the ship and out of sight. The other guy.
I hope that he lands on the deck of the boat beneath
Oh!
us.
Let's see, because he doesn't know the other ship's right underneath him.
Did you see the other guy jump off the ship as well?
Yeah, he did, but he was wearing a jetpack.
Can I do something if I see him?
We'll see, because he at this point, he jumps off and he's on the opposite side, so he'll have to kind of clear out of where this ship is blocking your view. So he takes. You said you did 7 points to him, and he takes 15. Okay, so Mar, you come awake and you're like, oh shit, thank you, Alora. right next to you, this body crumbles to the deck next to you, and you see like his head's bent at a really awkward angle, gone.
Oh.
But this other guy thought he was jumping to his death.
I was lying next to him. I'm like,
and he's just looking
Yeah.
at you. All right,
Can
so
you cure wounds that and like interrogate him?
you can try. And so then at this point, the ship is kind of in a spiral now. It's just kind of going in a wide circle.
I'm gonna go untie the wheel and level out.
Okay, so go ahead and you go ahead and up and do that, Saurus. Around that time, the ship kind of pulls out of range, Abel, and you see a jetpack shooting off into the distance.
I want an Eldritch Blast. Is he within 120 feet?
Yeah, he's getting close to your range, so you probably have one round to hit him.
Can I Eldritch Blast him?
Yep.
I don't know where my spells are.
Chase him down.
I can't fly.
No, the ship! With the ship! Get the captain to chase him down.
Yeah. Follow that guy! I'll yell. I rolled a 12.
12? Okay, that misses.
And I rolled an 11.
11 misses. So you fire 2 Eldritch Blasts and they just go wide.
I want a bonus action Force Ballista.
Okay, go ahead and roll your Force Ballista attack.
Can never find anything. Where is it? It's not gonna do anything. It's just, 17.
17 hits.
We'll try to see what kind of
Attack.
damage. A 9 plus a D8. It's not gonna do anything because it's my 10 points of damage.
Okay, so you hit him and no, it's like it slams into his back and he kind of spins to the side, but he's still kind of going in that direction. Pretty hurt, but as far as you can't tell really from the distance, but he's still heading that way. So now, Saurus, you're piloting a ship, which is not something you necessarily know how to do.
Make it go straight, and if I can find a lever that seems like it would be speed, I pull it back so I slow down.
Okay, so there's...
Because what I want to do is basically fly level and slow, under the assumption that the captain can bring the other ship slightly above me and drop real crew down onto it.
Okay, so this ship is, you wouldn't know this, but it's, now that you're looking at it, the deck of this ship is very similar to the deck of the ship that you were already on. And there's not an actual lever. You kind of are like looking for one, and you lean forward a little bit, and the whole wheel piece shifts forward, and you feel like it kick forward a little bit, picking up speed. So then you pull back on the whole wheel portion, and the whole ship kind of begins to slow down.
Okay. So I'm just going to fly level, straight, and true.
Okay.
Although I may see the ship below chasing after a flying man.
Yeah. So at this point, like the ship does pull forward a little bit, but it raises up, and now it's kind of level with you. So you guys are now flying kind of side by side, but the royal ship is pulling ahead a little bit.
Get back onto that ship.
You want to jump over to the ship Saurus is on?
Yeah, because I want to try to go underneath and see if there's anyone still left.
Okay. So do you want to direct the captain to try to get as close as possible?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not trying to fall again.
So the captain rolled a 19, so on his ability to get as close as possible. So go ahead and make an athletics check or acrobatics check, jumping over.
23.
Yeah. So you take off running and leap up, and you clear the 15 feet or so between the two vessels, and you kind of roll onto the deck.
And it's really cool, and everyone forgets that I fell earlier.
And so now you're looking at, like, the only thing, like, this is a relatively flat deck, except the back is raised up a little bit where the wheel and Saurus are, and then at that point where it raises up, there is a small doorway there that is blowing, kind of swinging open in the wind. The guy who jumped off did not close it behind him.
Through the doorway.
All right, you're heading through the doorway, and you tear down. There's a kind of a short kick down and then a double back on the stairs, and now you're in the below deck, the hold area, and it is just open. From the front to the from the aft to the whatever of the ship, and you see there's a couple cots or whatever here. Prow, yeah. And there's a few barrels and things, but as far as you can tell, there's nobody else on this ship.
Can I just perception check, try to see if I hear anyone, like if anyone's hiding from me right now?
Go ahead and make a perception check with advantage.
An 18 of 19. Yeah. 24.
Okay, so you kind of prowl down and back and forth, and they abandoned this ship.
Then I'm gonna start just ravaging any of the stuff here to see what's going on.
Okay, go ahead and roll just a general investigation check as we're doing that. What else are we doing? So Saurus, they're there. The other ship is beginning to pull ahead. Do you still want the ship to chase after the jetpack guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
They can find me. I can just keep going straight and slow. They know where I am.
Yeah. So you motion, and the other ship begins to pull faster ahead. So you guys are pulling, and the jetpack guy can travel pretty fast, but not as fast as the ship. So you are gaining on him.
Get him.
So what else?
Kaimana.
What else are you all doing? Kaimana, Abel.
I'm going to see if I can reload and take some. I don't want to knock him out of the sky. I want to get him on the ship.
Okay. Kaimana?
Go ahead, Kaimana. Let me think.
I'm going to drop my shape change.
Okay. So you pop out of your ape form. All right.
Get the magic stones going.
Okay. So
you do.
he's currently probably too far, but you're whipping him. Every round you're whipping them, and you can see how they're like arcing a little bit closer to him each time. It's probably a couple rounds before, but then he'll be within your range to try to hit him.
Yeah.
All right, good. So we've got Kaimana whipping the things. All right, Abel, what are you doing?
How far would you say he is?
At this point, he's probably 120 feet, like right on the edge of your attack range.
All right, I'll just try to hit him with an Eldritch Blast.
All right, make your 2 attack rolls against the retreating fella.
I don't want to kill. I really just want to interrogate him, but we'll see how this works out. What's that? A 13.
That misses. So the first goes wide.
Natural 20 for 25.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
11.
That's doubled.
Do I?
Well, that wouldn't be doubled. That's not an even number.
So it gave me 2d10 instead of 1.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, so 11 points of damage. So you aim with the second blast, and you all watch as this like spiraling green energy flies out from the ship and just nails this guy in the back, and he flips up, and then the whole jetpack explodes.
God damn it!
And he rains to the ground. They didn't have a lot of hit points, so
Okay.
there.
Maybe you'll notice debris falling that you can go catch.
All right, Marlo, what was your investigation check?
I investigated the dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So as you're going through, there's a few barrels and things here that seem to be filled with, there's some that are filled with like maybe black powder or some kind of explosive powder. You do find a small chest that has 3 vials. It looked like it maybe had 10 or so vials in it at one point in time, but there are 3 vials of some kind of silvery liquid in one chest. And then you find also another chest that is locked somewhere in the hold. And then kind of with a 20, thankfully, at the back of the ship, underneath where like the stairs are, that goes back into the engine, like where the crystal on this ship is inside of the ship. It's not on the outside. You kind of are going back there, and you see there's some kind of device that is set up right in the engine room that is like pulsing with some kind of energy.
Oh, set to blow, perhaps. Maybe. Can I go try to fix that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Because I got a nat 20 before.
Yeah.
And I'm just proficient with
Hey,
it
you've
now.
got Quicksilver to pour into runes.
That's true.
True.
Well, no, I think that might kill it, and then we're gonna go down anyway. So.
Well, no, not in the engine, into the thing that's into the device.
Do I think that? Wait, based off my knowledge, would that work? I don't know. I don't know. A lot about that.
Arcana check is going to be like, so go ahead and roll the Arcana check with advantage.
Oh, thank God. What's my Arcana? Is it good? That's fine. That is a 18.
Okay, so you're looking at this, and you are like, you see there's a like it's a pulsing core, kind of similar to what you saw in the creature, and it's wired and connected, and then the whole device is right at the front of the engine room, like the engine space. So the blast would incorporate all this, and you're kind of looking, and like there's like 3 wires, and with your check, you can kind of piece out that one of the wires definitely is not the failsafe. So you're kind of narrowed it down to like there's a 50-50 split on, there's like 2 wires that you can choose from. So you can either like, but the other option is that you can see a way to remove, like that would disable the device. You do see a way that you could remove the actual device from the engine room, like remove it from the engine block, but it would still be an active explosive device.
But you could throw it over the side.
And I'm gonna grab it and run to the top of the ship. No, wait, this is the things that they were pulling the chain through. Is that still open? Those little like holes?
Oh yeah.
So those are like, those are actually on the interior of the ship, so they're kind of encased, so it would be difficult to get to them.
Yeah, that connects to a chain locker.
Yeah. So
typically.
so you get the device, and you're able to break it free by like you sever its connections to the thing. You're holding it, it's still pulsing in your hand.
Oh, I'm running.
Okay, you run upstairs and you chuck it over the side, or
away from like not the side of our ship, away from our ship, and then just as far as I can.
make a strength check.
First one is 18, 15.
All right, so you chuck it, and like surprisingly, the adrenaline kicks in or something, and Mar finds a strength that she doesn't normally possess, and she flings this device, and you see it, and you see like it's like kind of footballing through the air, not in a perfect spiral, but kind of end over end, and it gets out, and then you see the collapse of the energy inside the device, and then this explosion fills the air, and it kind of waves across the whole area, but you have prevented the ship from being destroyed.
Can I, when that guy blew up, I notice what he was holding? Did it go up with him, or maybe it was like protected magically or something?
You can roll a perception check.
This is a Hail Mary type thing, but perception, a 19.
Yeah, so it was just a book, and as far as you could tell in the explosion, not much remained.
Okay, so it doesn't look like anything's plummeting towards the ground. That's like
No.
All right, cool.
Yeah. And like as you're kind of looking at all this, Abel, and you're looking over all of it, you've experienced something similar to this before, and as your dad has said, like if this is the same organization, they were sent on a suicide mission last time. Yeah.
Attack.
Yeah.
On enemy, but on an airship. Not happy. Okay, I guess I'll just tell the captain, like, we should go back and pick up the rest of my team.
Okay. So the other ship kind of comes back around, and gets a little bit above you. Some ropes, ladders are thrown over. Saurus and 2 or 3 crew members drop down to the ship, and somebody comes and relieves you from the from the wheel, and starts guiding the ship.
I turn to Saurus.
Yep.
Saurus,
Yes.
do you think we can convince them to give us this? Because we saved their lives.
Yes.
I would like to think we could. However, since they didn't expect any ship to be able to match the Nuavian one, they may want to investigate this one, try and determine where and how it was made.
Yeah.
However, I think we should put our claim in. You and I did capture the ship, and if depending on Navy rules, this should be our prize.
I mean, Kaimana saved the princess. We didn't let anyone important, like any diplomats, die. I'm just saying. I think we have a good pitch here.
Yeah, and you and I captured the ship, so. And thank you for getting us not blown up. Did you find anything else below?
Nothing crazy. There's a locked chest that I don't know how to get into, but
And it
I
was
hold up the vials of silver liquid. I'm like, I don't know what these are. And then there's some explosive stuff, so that would have been real bad for us.
yeah, and the lock chest you found wasn't too big, probably like that.
Oh, then I take it with me.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know how to pick locks, but I assume someone will. Cool.
All right. So, do you all go back to the other ship?
Yeah.
I don't think we should try changing in midair unless we're forced to.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're both going to the same place,
All right.
so
Yeah,
I say we ride out. Plus, it's a stronger claim for us if we're here when it lands.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
And Abel, while the other ship is below you, you're kind of getting a pretty good look at it. It is clearly of Nuavian make.
What?
It should
Okay.
first back for Nuavia if it's Nuavian make.
Just like the royal ship that you're on now, that was given to the Illyrian royal family, is also a Nuavian ship. The other one's also Nuavian. All right, so to not fast forward, but to kind of go through. So like both ships flying in tandem, matching speed, staying safe enough apart from each other. You guys continue to travel across the riverlands, and at some point you begin to see this silvery ribbon on the far horizon. And it looks small at first, but then you keep flying and the ribbon just grows, and eventually more land on the other side begins to show up, and you realize that this is a very, very large river. All of you have seen this river before, because all of you traveled through Hightower, but this is the major river that runs through the central part of Alyria, the Suvenarian River, and it's the central lifeblood. All of the major water arteries of the kingdom flow into this central space. And it's kind of snaking its way along the ground, and at some point, like, you think it's an optical illusion, but it's almost as lit as if at the far distance the ground just disappears, and you kind of think, well, there's like fog or something. But the closer you continue to fly, it's very clear that there's a very like jagged cut in the ground, and all of you have traveled this far. Abel and Kaimana would have come up this way anyway. You know that these are the edge of the Endless Bluffs, which are the like 3,000 foot tall cliffs that separate the highlands where you currently are from the lowlands where like Bogtown is, and places where Kaimana and Abel traveled through before. And you know that the gateway to get to the bottom of the cliffs is the city of Hightower, where the large elevator structures are built. And it's at this point that you begin to see kind of the waterfall delta of the Suvenarian River. And there's 5 huge land masses at the center of the river, right on the edge of the cliff, where the water pours over the cliff in this enormous waterfall. And as you're getting closer, you start to see buildings and structures and roadways, and you're approaching the city of Hightower. And so from the air, I sent you a map, but from the air you see approaching this massive 5-island with 1 smaller island city. There's hundreds of buildings. This is the largest city that you guys have seen, although all of you have been through here before or come from Hightower. But there's huge like areas of markets and structures, and you can see a few other smaller airships flying, and there's a couple small kind of like heavy wheeled steamboats on the river itself that are fighting against the current and kind of traveling further up the river. And you can see these massive bridges that are connecting these islands to either side of the Suvenarian coastline, or the banks of the river. And you're slowly pulling in towards the largest central island of Hightower, and you begin to approach a very tall structure that anybody who is like able would recognize this. You're approaching an aerodrome where airships dock and can unload without having to land. What Broadfield was supposed to have and did not. And so as the sun is slowly beginning its descent towards evening in the far western sky, kind of directly in front of you, behind you you've got this beautiful red and yellow sky backlighting your arrival in the second largest city in all of Alyria, the prosperous and river-wrapped city of Hightower. And that is where we will pick up next week.
Woo.
Wow.
Yeah, nice seat.
Those are some like crazy good rolls that led to an outcome that was totally unexpected but so badass. But like Mar's ability to hold on, she fell, but like Saurus's outrageous Saurus's crazy athletic check to get onto the ship, yeah.
And hopefully we got ourselves a ship, you guys.
We have such a good pitch. If your dad puts in a good word for us, Alora can put in a good word for us. The Guildmaster can say, we didn't let him die.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
And we won't mention the poisoning him with Sora's alcohol.
I'll offer to cure
Not
wounds
only
and
his chronic illness,
Yeah.
but exploding.
He did run. He ran below deck at the beginning of the fighting, so you guys haven't seen him since the fighting started. But yeah.
We don't know.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
I'm saying we can speed up this trip to Feldspar real fast.
Yeah, it completely gives you justification to like waste a couple days in Hightower if you could just fly to Feldspar. Yeah.
Yes.
Or let them like inspect it and check it out while we're chilling in Hightower, and then see if they're willing
I
to
want to
part
spend
with
some time
it.
with the ships to get to know it and make sure. But
Yeah, we do have to learn how to fly.
Well, thankfully,
By the time we build these, I might know a little bit.
I was gonna
right?
say you guys do have the son of a shipwright like in your crew, so there's a chance that he taught him some of things. Yeah.
I want to see Kaimana at the wheel. I think he'd be brilliant. He's a natural.
Little captain hat.
Oh my god, I need that fan art right now. All right, well, so we'll see.
No, and I'm serious about that because Kaimana has sailed.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, Kaimana does. Never something quite this big, but definitely has some experience.
So.
Wait, did I know that? Did I know that Kaimana had sailed before?
Yeah, Kaimana's mentioned it.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, I'm sure I wrote that down.
So.
All right. So I sent you guys the map so you can kind of look over. Like, this is what you would have seen from the air. Clearly, you wouldn't have all the labels and things, but you do get a sense of Hightower. And all of you have been to Hightower before. at least briefly. Some of you longer than others, of course, and this is Saurus's hometown. So we'll see where our High Tower adventures take us next week. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.